Grab your duffel bags, we're heading to Jordan. Come along with us as we hike through the ancient city of Petra, one of the newest wonders of the world, before we escape the crowds and explore one of Jordan's many beautiful canyons. Then float with us in the Dead Sea, and of course dive back into the Red Sea on one of the most unique dive sites ever. Petra is one of Jordan's most well-known historical sites, and it's actually one of the 7 modern wonders of the world. I would recommend spending at least 2 days here. There are tons of hikes, so one of the hikes that we'd recommend is the hike to the monastery.
Hey, donkey. Hi, buddy. Lots of traffic today. You're doing a good job. Hey, buddy. Good boy.
It's about 4 kilometers. You pass many of the facades that are carved into the sandstone. As you do the hike, there are quite a few little side trails. You also have little shops as you go up. It's a fantastic hike.
He's going up.
Petra is essentially an entire city carved into the sandstone of the mountains. It dates back 2,000 years ago and was created by the Nabateans. It was largely used as a place of trade. So I would recommend doing this hike early in the morning, beat the crowds, but also beat the heat. And we did not do that. It was so hot. You can kind of escape the crowds on some of the farther out trails. It's a huge area where Petra lies, so of course there's so much to see here. We met this lovely little donkey. He just wanted to hang out, get his photo taken, and get a quick head scratch. The next day we wanted to take a nice little day trip north and visit the ruins of Jerash. So Jerash is actually considered one of the largest and most well-preserved sites of Greek and Roman architecture outside of Italy. It's a beautiful spot. It can get quite crowded, but you only need a few hours there. It's really cool to see that kind of architecture and dive into the history a little bit. So Jordan is just chock full of incredible natural beauty, and canyoning, ecotourism, adventure tourism is a huge thing. There are lots of opportunities to get in canyons, do some really cool adventurous activities. So we wanted to kind of escape the crowds a little bit, and we ended up going for a little hike.
Why did you do that? Cool rock.
We kind of went with the river, and this was our first time hiking in a canyon. It was so cool.
In the canyon.
So we met this group of tactical rappellers. We kind of stopped and asked them what they were doing, and it inspired us to give it a try ourselves, I guess. We had actually rented a car, and I would highly recommend you do that. As we were driving, tons of goats, camels, donkeys, they're everywhere, and it was the best. I was so happy. After our hike in the canyon, we definitely needed a bit of a refresher, so we did a short drive over to the Dead Sea, and we wanted to see if you really do float. We met a few locals on the beach.
Oh, salt. Yes, salt. It is salt. Yes, look at this. Wow.
So they showed us how to put the mud on. They talked about the benefits of the mud on your skin. And then we rinsed it off and floated in the Dead Sea. It was the coolest. Dead Sea is actually 10 times saltier than other typical ocean water, and that's why you float.
It's the coolest thing.
So that night we stayed in Aqaba, and in the morning we decided to arrange a few dives. So we booked through Waves Dive Center. They were fantastic. We had a few sites that we really wanted to check out. The first dive that we did was on the Underwater Military Museum. So this is actually the world's first underwater military museum, which is really cool. So they sunk 19 pieces of military equipment like tanks, an ambulance, a combat helicopter. So all of that really makes for an interesting dive, and we just had to check it out. We had, of course, another amazing dive in the Red Sea. You gotta love it. And I think this is how you should actually be greeted after every dive. Food in hand. And, of course, you have to end the day with a nice little dive deck dance party.
Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride. I know, man, passing by. Life is good, best I've ever felt.
And that's all for this time. So come with us next time as we explore more of Jordan's unique dive sites. And then we spend the night deep in the Wadi Rum desert, meet more camels. We explore the Alien Lake landscape and see the most beautiful sunset of our life. Thank you so much for watching. I'll add some links below, and we will see you next time.